evening, Seattle University. My name is Diego Hindman, and today is the final day of April. Tomorrow's May Day, also known as International Workers' Day, so shout out to all of our hard workers out there. And welcome to another episode of Record, where we give you the latest in news, sports, and culture at Seattle University. So tonight, we'll learn how to dress for success, and we have a chance to talk to Hunter Adams about the Spectator cover photo controversy. But first, I'm joined by this year's SGSU candidates. And to begin, let's hear a little bit about what they have to say for these campaigns. So, candidates, can you just introduce yourselves, kind of tell us about your campaign, and maybe a little tagline that you have going for it?
Yeah, I'm Kelly Curtis. I'm running for sophomore representative. I'm hoping to promote conversation about mental health on campus and create safe spaces for students, especially our LGBTQ students. And I might be a rookie, but I'm one smart cookie.
Hi, I'm Emily Tennyson. I'm running for Multicultural Rep. I hope to broaden our discussions on diversity and equity, as well as deepen them. I'm empowered and I'm ready to power you.
Hi, I'm Patrick Donaldson. I'm running for at-large representative. I'm here to just make Seattle University a more inclusive campus, and I'm here for all the students, just to get everyone more involved and have a more inclusive and better campus.
That's awesome. Well, 3 great campaigns going on, at least with these individuals. And for students that want to get involved and want to have their voice heard, how can they vote and how can they actually get their voice heard?
You can vote through Connect SU.
And you can vote in the Student Center at the SGSU office.
Voting is between May 2nd and May 4th as well.
Well, students, you heard it, May 2nd and May 1st. Make sure you vote, mark your calendars, don't miss it. And thank you for joining us today as SGSU candidates. And before we get into the news, last Thursday's SU's International Students Association hosted a Dress for Success event to prepare students for interviews. Our very own Natalie Monahan went out to check it out, so let's see what she got.
Package. Thank you, Natalie. I always try to dress for success there, Diego.
Look like you're dressed for success.
Thank you.
Honestly.
I got to keep up with you, Diego. But my name is Jared Fontanet, and here is what's happening on campus this week. Tuesday, May 1st, RHA will be hosting a DIY dorm survival kit workshop in Student Center Room 380. Hawk and RHA have paired up to provide you with a variety of hygienic products to last you until the end of the quarter. These kits will include anything from Olay facial cloths to deodorant.
Sounds like some of my necessities that I really need.
Exactly.
The Reedy Collegium is hosting another fantastic Pancake Wednesday, this Wednesday, May 2nd at 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. So you can stop by the Collegium on the 3rd floor of the Student Center for a sweet breakfast treat.
Hey, Diego, what's going on in sports?
Well, let me tell you. To begin, our men's golf team finished in 6th place at the Western Athletic Conference Championship, represented by senior Joe Harvey. Harvey ended up scoring 5 over par 75 with the help of this birdie, and he finished 7th place overall. So great job, Joe Harvey.
Well, the women's tennis season came to a close over the weekend when they competed in the WAC tournament in Mesa, Arizona. Our ladies were the number 6 seed, and they were able to upset the number 3 seed New Mexico State in the quarterfinals.
Wow.
However, they did fall to UMKC in the semifinals 4-2. But we want to give a special shout out, however, to Kyra Hung, who won the 2018 WAC Tennis Women's Freshman of the Year. She led the team with 17 overall wins and 11 doubles wins. And she also received all WAC singles second team and doubles second team honors. Wow, congratulations, Kyra.
Wow. Moving on to our baseball team, they played in a tough-fought series over the weekend against WAC rivals CSU Bakersfield. The Redhawks won 2 out of the 3 games against the Runners and advanced to 29 wins and 12 losses on the season. Freshman Jake Cosgrove played an exceptional few games and slammed a 3-run homer way past the fence to give the Redhawks a 5-0 lead. The team has now beaten all of the Washington teams they've faced so far, including University of Washington, Gonzaga University, and Washington State University. They've been on a roll. And so if you want to watch them play our crosstown rivals UW, the Huskies, go to the game tomorrow at Bannerwood Park. First pitch is at 1:30, and before we get to that, let's check out Cosgrove's home run from the CSU Bakersfield game.
Congratulations to all of our Red Hawk athletes. Keep up the great work. Now we turn to a more serious matter. Earlier this month, The Spectator released an edition with a cover photo from the annual drag show. Father Lehigh later removed editions of The Spectator from campus in preparation for the admitted student open house event. Later, Father Sundberg released a comment condoning Father Lehigh's actions as the photo was indecent. Now, since this event has occurred, many departments have sent letters to The Spectator showing their support for their journalistic freedoms. Additionally, the Triangle Club has started a social media campaign called Leg Up 4, which Record, among other clubs and groups, have participated in. Staff and students gathered last Wednesday and Thursday to talk about the event, and an assembly forum will take place this Tuesday, May 1st, from 12:30 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. in Piggott Auditorium. And we have the great honor of having Hunter Adams with us on the show today. So Hunter, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no, of course. I just want to start off, what have been your feelings and emotions over the past few weeks? I know it must have been exciting when you found out you were on the cover of The Spectator, and then obviously when the controversy kind of ensued. Just curious, what was that emotion and feelings like for you over the course of the last few weeks?
Yeah, so definitely like seeing my cover, my photo on the cover of The Spectator was really big. That was, that definitely said a lot for LGBTQ voices on campus, and especially our community. It's always been something hasn't been looked too lightly upon at SU, even though we label ourselves as social justice driven and stuff like that. But that photo was kind of a big impact for us, and it definitely was, speaking a lot of voices. And then later on, hearing about the actions that Father Lee had done, and then later hearing the statement that Father Sundberg had released, it was kind of hard. It was hard on me because I've never felt not accepted for who I was. Mm-hmm. My family's always been supportive. My friends were always supportive. So this was kind of that moment of like, this is what not being supportive feels like. Yeah. And then, so I felt really discouraged at that moment. I felt kind of like the whole university had turned on me. But then, support letters came in, email and text messages from friends, faculty, just letting me know that, that they still supported me for what I did and, who I am and just the true identity that I was.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And so I kind of want to touch on both those points. But first, would you say you felt personally targeted by either the university as a whole or any members of the community?
I don't think I was personally targeted. I believe that, it could have been any other member that was at the drag show, and I'm pretty sure that the same statements would have been said.
Got it.
If they had their leg up, I think it was more of the action that was targeted rather than, the person.
Yeah.
But I definitely believe it was a target on the LGBTQ community on our campus, and it was definitely a way for the community, the university to try and censor it, but not the institution as a whole, certain members of the institution.
Yeah, no. And then you talked about that there had been a positive outreach in the community that you'd received. Talk about that in the SU community. What have you more on that positive side. What have you felt from the community?
I've definitely so much acceptance. I've, been reached out from deans of colleges.
Yeah.
I've been reached out from professors, different faculty members, staff at the university, and so many students have, emailed me just expressing their support. And it definitely just shows that although a few individuals don't always support it, there's always going to be, the kind of majority who do. And those are the people that you kind of like show the drive of the community. And that's what really defines who the institution is. It's not the higher ups, but it's the people.
No, definitely, and you definitely have our support here at Record, without a doubt. But I also saw that the Seattle Times, The Stranger, and a few other kind of local media outlets had picked up on this story and reported on it. Did they reach out to you directly? And then kind of along with that, how'd you think of their coverage? Do you think it was an accurate portrayal? Was it maybe blown out of proportion? And then also kind of lastly, maybe have you had any experience with the local community, the Seattle, maybe Capitol Hill community, reaching out to you?
Yeah, so I was not personally reached out by any of the news outlets.
Okay.
But definitely I read all the articles. They didn't name who I was, which is good and bad. You know, there was always backlash for support.
Would you have preferred that they named you, do you think?
No. Like, like at the institutional level, that's fine. But
Okay,
I think once it gets to a bigger scale, then it's a little
You
bit...
want to be taken out of that. That makes sense.
It could be taken out of context. But, just... goodness. I'm trying to phrase this as I'm going.
No, you're good.
But, like, they did an accurate portrayal of it. They talked about everything that the Spectator had covered.
Okay.
So, there wasn't too much to go astray from, which is good. And then I definitely like the coverage that they gave.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And then, sorry, was
No, of course, yeah. So the community as a whole, maybe Capitol Hill, Seattle, have you gotten any feedback from anyone outside of SU?
I've received feedback from, like, drag queens
yeah?
outside. Yeah. Some that performed with us at the drag show had reached out to me and talked about how, just continue what you're doing, continue expressing your identity, and continue expressing who you are. And that definitely spoke a lot. And then I was not personally reached out, but different bars and stuff around the Capitol area have, like, when the incident had happened, offered SU students free admissions to watching drag shows and allowing them to come into the giving that inclusion that SU talks about, but they actually went through with that action.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. And have you been contacted by the administration or Father Steve or anybody like that?
Administration-wise, no. I've been contacted by individuals, but not so much those who use their words against the actions. Got it.
And then what would you say you want the SU community kind of to get from this whole situation, and maybe ways to prevent this from happening again in the future?
Yeah. So what I really express towards everyone that I talk to about it is, just continuing that discussion, continuing that dialogue. We're at university to learn, we're at university to grow as people, and so we need to continue that growth, and that can't just stop at students. It has to, reach out to faculty as well. And so just continuing the discussion that, we're gonna go through. And yes, it is a sensitive topic, but if we continue to talk about it and like continue adding that volume behind it, then I believe that change will come, because as soon as you stop talking about it, they're just going to push it under the carpet.
No, exactly. Well, thank you so much. We're out of time, but thank you, Hunter. We really appreciate it. And thank you for joining us for another episode. Tune in next week for another serious panel, our panel discussing sexual assault prevention and survivor resources. That is something you will not want to miss. And if you're interested in becoming a part of the Red Hawk Entertainment Network, you can message us on Facebook. And if you see any newsworthy stories you'd like us to cover, make sure to tag us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Record Seattle U. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.